In our lessons on sorting algorithms so far, we have talked about two of the sorting algorithms, selection sort and bubble sort. Now in this lesson, we are going to talk about another sorting algorithm named insertion sort. Insertion sort is not the best sorting algorithm in terms of performance, but it's a little more efficient than selection sort and bubble sort in practical scenarios. So let us see what it is. To explain the logic of insertion sort, we'll use the example of cards. The idea of insertion sort is similar to the idea of sorting the playing cards. Consider you have 10 cards out of a deck of cards in your hand and they are sorted or arranged in the ascending order of their numbers. If I give you another card and ask you to insert the card in just the right position so that the cards in your hand are still sorted. So in that case, what will you do? Well, you will go through each card from the starting or the back and find the right position for new card, comparing its value with each other. Once you find right position, you will insert the card here. Similarly, if more new cards are provided to you, you can easily repeat the same process and insert the new cards and keep the cards sorted too. This is exactly how insertion sort works. It starts from the index 1, not 0, and each index starting from index 1 is like a new card that you have to place at the right position in the sorted subarray on the left. Now, the thing is, what is insertion sort? So in previous example, we have learned what do you mean by insertion sort. Like this is an in-place comparison based sorting algorithms. Here a sublist is maintained which is always sorted. For example, the left part or lower part of an array is maintained to be sorted. An element which is to be inserted in this sorted sublist has to find its appropriate place and then it has to be inserted there. Hence the name insertion sort. The array is searched sequentially and unsorted items are moved and inserted into the sorted sublist. This algorithm is not suitable for large data sets as its average and worst case complexity are of big O n square, where n is the number of items. So we'll check the step-by-step process how the insertion sort algorithm will be implemented. So into the first step, we need to assume that the first element in the list is in sorted portion and all the remaining elements are in unsorted portion. Afterwards, we'll need to take the first element from the unsorted portion and insert that element into the sorted portion in the order specified. Repeat the above process until all the elements from the unsorted portion are moved into the sorted portion. Let us check the first simple example how to implement the selection sort algorithm. So consider here 1, 5, 4, 2 and 3 all the elements are in unsorted order and we need to sort these elements in ascending order by using the concept of insertion sort. First we will consider all the elements are in unsorted order. Afterwards, as per the rule, the first element from the array we need to consider as a sorted and the remaining elements we need to consider as a unsorted. Afterwards, the element from the unsorted subarray we need to compare with the sorted array and based on that we need to replace. So consider here first we will take the element 1 as well as the 5. So 1 it is less than 5 as well as the second element that is the 5 it is greater than 1. So both are in right order. So in that case there is no need to do the insert. So 1 and 5 are now in sorted order and the remaining elements like 4, 2 and 3 are into the unsorted order. So from the unsorted order the next element is 4. Now the 4 we need to insert into the sorted subarray depends on their order. So 4 it is less than 5, so 4 it is going to be replaced with the 5 and 5 it is going to be replaced with the 4. Again 4 it is going to be compared with the 1. So 4 it is greater than 1, so there is no need to do anything. So now 1, 4 and 5 are in sorted order and 2 and 3 are in unsorted order. So from the unsorted order, now the 2 it is going to be inserted into the sorted order. So first 2 it is going to be compared with the 5. So 2 it is less than 5, so we need to do the replace. Again this 2 it is going to be compared with the 4. So again 2 is less than 4. Again here the 2 it is going to be replaced in the position of 4. 4 it is going to be replaced in the position of 5. 5 it is going to be replaced in the position of 2. Now the thing is the sorted elements like 1, 2, 4, 5 and 3 it is going to be remaining into the unsorted part. So again the 3 it is going to be considered. So 3 it is going to be less than 5. 3 it is going to be less than 4. So in that case 3 it is going to be replaced at the position of 4. 4 it is going to be replaced as the position of 5 and 5 it is going to be replaced as the position of last element. Now the sorted elements like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So all the elements are in sorted order. So there is no elements in unsorted part. So we can say that the unsorted like 1, 5, 4, 2, 3 are going to be sorted like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So like that insertion sort algorithm it is going to be works. So let's take one more example for the insertion sort. Like we are having the elements 5, 1, 6, 2, 4 and 3 and all the elements are in unsorted order. And we need to sort these elements in ascending order by using the concept of insertion sort. So the first element from array we are considering as a sorted and remaining we are going to be considering as a unsorted. So the unsorted element, that is a 1, it is going to be compared with the 5. So 1 is less than 5. In that case 1 it is going to be replaced before the 5. Like we will got the sorted array like 1 and 5. Now the 6, 2, 4 and 3 we are going to be calling as a unsorted. Now we need to insert the 6 into the sorted subarray at their proper position, and 6 is greater than 5. So 6 it will becomes in this particular position. Now 1, 5 and 6 we are calling as a sorted elements. 2, 4, 3 we are calling as a unsorted element. So from the unsorted element we'll consider the next one, that is a 2. So 2 we need to insert at the proper position into the sorted list. That is a 2 it is a less than 6, 2 it is less than 5 and 2 it is a greater than 1. It means that 2 we need to replace in the position of in between the 1 and 5. So 2 it is going to be replaced here and 5 it is going to be comes to the next position. Now 1, 2, 5 and 6 we are going to be calling as a sorted list. 4 and 3 we are going to be calling as a unsorted list. So from the unsorted list first we will consider the 4. So now 4 we need to insert inside the sorted list. So 4 it is a less than 6, 4 it is a less than 5 and 4 it is greater than 2. So in between 2 and 5 we need to insert the 4. So 4 it will be inserted over here and 5 and 6 it will be moved to the next position. Now 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 we are going to be calling as a sorted list and 3 we are going to be calling as a unsorted list. So we need to insert the 3 into the sorted list. So 3 it is going to be less than 6, 3 it is less than 5, 3 it is less than 4 and 3 it is greater than 2. It means that in between 2 and 4 we need to insert the 3. So it will comes like 1, 2, here it will becomes 3. Here the next element we are having that is 4, next element we are having that is a 5 and the last element we are having like a 6. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 all elements we are considering as a sorted elements. So in unsorted element there is no element present. So we can say that this particular unsorted list we have sorted in ascending order by using the concept of insertion sort. Let's take one more example for the insertion sort. We are having the elements into their positions like 9, 2, 7, 5, 1, 4, 3 and 6. And all the elements are in unsorted order and we need to apply the insertion sort to arrange these elements in ascending order. So as per the step or the algorithm, the first element we are considering at the sorted section and the remaining elements we are going to be considering as a unsorted section. We start by dividing the array in a sorted section and unsorted section. We put the first element at the only element in the sorted section and the rest of the array is the unsorted section. So into the unsorted section, the first element we are having, that is a 2. The first element into the unsorted section is the next element to be put into the correct position. So here 2 it is going to be compared with the 9. So 2 it is less than 9. In that case 2 we need to insert at the first position and 9 we need to insert at the second position. So both are going to be compared over here. So 2 it is the less element than 9. So we need to 9 it is going to be replaced with the second and 2 it is going to be replaced with the first position. Now 2 and 9 are going to be calling as a sorted order and remaining elements like 7, 5, 1, 4, 3, 6 we are calling as a unsorted elements. Now the next element from the unsorted elements we are considering as a 7. So first 7 it is going to be compared with the 9. So it is a less than 9. So again 7 it is going to be compared with the 2, but 7 it is a greater than 2. It means that in between the 2 and 9 we need to replace the 7. So 9 it is going to be replaced with the next position and 7 it is going to be replaced with the position of 9. So 7 it is going to be replaced in between the 2 and 9. And now the 2, 7 and 9 we are going to be calling as a sorted subarray and 5, 1, 4, 3, 6 we are going to be calling as a unsorted subarray. Now we will take a next item to be positioned, that is a 5 from the unsorted subarray. Now we need to insert the 5 in proper position of 2, 7 and 9. So first 5 it is going to be compared with the 9. So 5 it is a lesser element from the 9. So again 5 it is going to be compared with the 7. Again 5 it is the smallest element as compared to the 7. Now 5 it is going to be compared with the 2. So 5 it is going to be greater than 2. In that case here we need to insert the 5. That is in second position we need to insert the 5. So 5 it is going to be replaced here and 7 and 9 it is going to be moved to the next position. Now 2, 5, 7 and 9 are going to be calling as a sorted subarray and 1, 4, 3, 6 we are going to be calling as a unsorted subarray. So from the unsorted subarray the next item to position we are considering as a 1. So now 1 we need to insert in proper position to the sorted subarray. So first 1 it is going to be compared with the 9. It is the smallest element. So 9 it will be comes to the next position. Again 1 it is going to be compared with the 7. Again 1 it is the smallest element. So 7 it will be moved to the next position. So again 1 it is going to be compared with the 5. So 1 it is the smallest element. So 5 it will be comes to the next position. So again 1 it is going to be compared with the 2. So 1 it is the smallest element. So 2 it is going to be moved to the next position and 1 it is going to be comes to the first position. Now 1, 2, 5, 7, 9 we are going to be calling as the sorted subarray and 4, 3, 6 we are going to be calling as the unsorted subarray. So from the unsorted subarray we'll take the next element, that is the 4. And now the 4 we need to insert at the proper position into the sorted subarray. So the first 4 it is going to be compared with the 9. So 4 it is the smallest element. So 9 it is going to be moved to the next position. Again 4 it is going to be compared with the 7. 7 it is the largest element, that is the 4 it is the smallest element. In that case 7 it will be moved to the next position and 4 it is going to be compared with the next element, that is a 5. So again 4 it is the smallest element. So 5 it will be moved to the next position and 4 it is going to be compared with the 2. So here 4 is greater than 2. In that case, instead of 5, we need to replace the value of 4. So 4 it will be replaced into the proper position. Now 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9 we are going to be calling as a sorted subarray, and 3 and 6 we are going to be calling as a unsorted subarray. So from the unsorted subarray, we'll take the first element, that is a 3. Now 3 we need to insert at the proper position into the sorted subarray. So the first 3 it is going to be compared with the 9. So 3 it is a smaller element. In that case 9 it is going to be moved to the next position. So again 3 it is going to be compared with the element 7. So 3 it is the smallest element. So 7 it will be moved to the next position. So 3 it is going to be compared with the 5. So 3 it is the smallest element. So again 5 it will be moved to the next position. So 3 it is going to be compared with the 4. So again here 3 it is the smallest element. So 4 it is going to be moved to the next position. Again 3 it is going to be compared with the 2. But here the 3 it is the largest element. So in that case, in between the 2 and 4, 3 it is going to be inserted. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 are we are going to be calling as a sorted subarray, and 6 we are going to be calling as a unsorted subarray. So from the unsorted subarray, the last element is 6. Now the last element we need to insert into their proper position into the sorted subarray. So the first 6 it is going to be compared with the 9. So here 6 it is the smallest element. So 9 it will be moved to the next position. So again 6 it is going to be compared with the 7. So 6 is the smallest element. So 7 it will be moved to the next position. Again 6 it is going to be compared with the 5. But 6 it is the greatest element than 5. In that case, in between 5 and 7, so 6 it is going to be inserted. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 are we are going to be calling as a sorted subarray. So in unsorted subarray there is no elements are present. In that case we can say that all the elements are sorted in ascending order by the concept of insertion sort. Now how the insertion sort it will be works, like first we need to select, afterwards we need to compare, afterwards we need to shift, and we need to insert. By using the concept of select, compare, shift and insert, the insertion sort it is going to be works. So how to implement the concept of insertion sort by using C programming language? So first of all we need to traverse from all the elements, like from the first position up to the last position, because the 0th index we are going to be considering as a sorted, and from the 1 to up to the n, that is the size, we are going to be calling as a unsorted. And because of that, the first element we are going to be considering as a sorted, and now from the unsorted we need to consider the element and we need to insert inside the sorted. And because of that, we are going to be traversing from the first position up to the last position. So here into the temporary variable, all the list we are trying to store. Afterwards the value of j it is going to be decremented by 1. So here we need to compare the things. Afterwards we need to do the swap, and at the end we need to increment, or we need to insert the element into the proper position. And like that, the insertion sort algorithm it is going to be implemented by using the C programming language. Now the thing is, when we can use the insertion sort algorithm and when not to use the insertion sort algorithm. So here some examples like best times to use the insertion sort. That's the first thing is when the data sets are relatively small. Like if you are having the small data amounts, in that case we can use the concept of insertion sort. Afterwards, when we want to quick easy implementation, like as compared to the another sorting algorithm, the code for the insertion sort is not hard, and in that case we can use the concept of insertion sort. As well as like when the data set are most completely sorted already. Like consider if you are having the example like 1 2 4 6 3 2. So here some of the elements are in sorted order. So in that case we can use the concept of insertion sort. Now the thing is worst times to use the insertion sort. Like when the data sets are relatively large. Like if you are having the large amount of data, so in that case it is inefficient to use the concept of insertion sort, as well as when the data set are completely unsorted. So here we are having the worst case like big O of n square, and because of that we'll try to use another sorting technique instead of using the insertion sort. So here we need to check the complexity of insertion sort. As we mentioned about that, insertion sort is an efficient sorting algorithm as it does not run on present conditions using for loops, but instead it uses one while loop which avoids extra steps once the array gets sorted. Even though insertion sort is efficient, still if we provide an already sorted array to the insertion sort algorithm, it will still execute the outer for loop, thereby requiring n steps to sort an already sorted array of n elements, which makes its best case time complexity a linear function of n. It means that the best case time complexity it is we are going to be calling as a big O of n, and for the time and that is the worst case, and for the average case it is going to be considering the big O of n square, and that is the space complexity for the insertion sort algorithm. It is big O, that is big O of 1. Now the last thing we need to discuss here, that is what is the advantage and what are the disadvantages of the insertion sort. The main advantage of the insertion sort is simplicity, and it is also exhibits a good performance when dealing with the small list. And the insertion sort is in place sorting algorithm, so the space requirement is minimal. With the advantages, we are having some disadvantages of the insertion sort. Like the disadvantage of the insertion sort is that it does not perform as well as other better sorting algorithms. With n squared steps required for every n element to be sorted, the insertion sort does not deal with the huge list. And so the insertion sort is practically useful only when sorting a list is of few items. So in this lecture, we have learned what do you mean by insertion sort, as well as how to implement the insertion sort algorithm by using C programming language. Also we have learned the complexity of insertion sort and advantages as well as the disadvantages of the insertion sort. Thank you one and all.